We hold Billy too there. Okay, Bill, come
Ladies
on
and gentlemen,
around.
please hold it quiet.
Okay, that's the shot.
What up, world? Thank you for ripping a ticket to another installment of Hellhound Film Club. I'm your host, Cody Pope, and as I truly am every time we do this, I'm thrilled to introduce tonight's special panel and our special feature. So get your popcorn and let the credits roll. You may notice joining me as co-host for the evening is longtime friend of the show.
Hello.
You've seen him in countless episodes of Hellhound Film Club, as well as multiple appearances on Cody Central. He's an independent filmmaker, currently home after being out on a gig in San Bernardino, California, following his recent win at the Nashua Public Library Tiny Film Contest. He also served as a shooting and rigging grip on the recent Apple TV series Widow Bay, out now. Audiences are anxiously awaiting his new short, Joey's Big Reveal, arriving later this year. Please welcome to the panel, Tyler LaPlant.
Thank you. Season finale of Widow's Bay is out tonight, actually.
Ooh, I like that.
And it got renewed for season 2.
That's
so
awesome.
Looking forward to that.
Dude, congratulations on that. That's a huge move, by the way.
Dude, it's been like, it kind of blew up, and deservedly so. It's a really, truly great show. I'm not just saying that because I want more work.
No,
like,
I see more and more stuff come out about it, which is super exciting.
They have their own Google Easter egg. It's great. I feel like that's
awesome.
how you know when something's cool, is if there's a Google Easter egg. So
I love that.
I know, dude.
Well, we got a fun panel with us tonight.
Yeah, dude. A lot of cool peeps here.
Exactly. So to my right here, you've been watching the show. You've noticed him on the last couple episodes now. He's become a great friend of the panel. And as we do each week, he likes to support local baseball. And so this is a reminder that you can get tickets for the Nashua Silver Knights games at the Holman Stadium box office or on the website. Give it up for our homie one time, David.
Woo! Swing. Better. Swing. Also, July 21st, we're doing the home derby at the Silver Knights, and former Red Sox Johnny Gomes is about to be participating in there. So please come and support the Silver Knights and everything else. Stuff.
Love that.
To my left, there is Nick. Hello. There is Nick, who is a huge fan of Spaceballs, frequent karaoke singer here at the Spot, 217 Main Street. Give it up for Nick, guys. Nick,
And the host of Dark Hours Live on YouTube and TikTok as well.
That's right, Cody. I run my podcast on YouTube. I am actually running my next one tomorrow. I will be out. I will be walking around Main Street, Nashua, answering questions from my chat. So if y'all want to feel free, pop in, talk, and vibe out, come find me, and you know where to find me on Dark Hour Live. Join the Empire, one person at a time.
Let's go.
Excellent tagline, dude.
And joining the panel for the first time is a new friend to Hellhound Film Club. He's been sneaking his way in and catching some movies. We finally held a gun to his head tonight and made sure that he joined the panel. He's a local hip-hop artist from right here in Nashua, New Hampshire. And he also runs a program as well called Just Plain Filthy. Give it up one time for our homie, Kill Murray. Woo! Any plugs you want to drop before we
I'm not even really going to plug anything. I just want to say I'm a big fan of movies, preferably horror movies, but movies like this that have such a nostalgic attachment to it. I'm just happy to be here and talk about a great movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for joining
Thank you,
us.
man. This was long overdue for sure.
Fuck yeah.
So let's get into this one tonight. This was a good one.
Yeah,
Before we do this though, I got to take over. So you guys may have noticed my co-host Danny is not here tonight. He's on assignment, aka vacation, in the other part of the country right now. So we're holding it down without him. So I gotta read his parts of the script. So you're gonna hear a lot from me tonight, but I'm gonna do it as best as I can. Okay. So with that said, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We're grateful to be here with another special installment of Hellhound Film Club. But before we get too deep, first things first, as we are every Wednesday, tonight we're live from the Spot in downtown Nashua, New Hampshire.
Woo!
One of New Hampshire's first dry bars and Gate City's most interesting entertainment lounge, featuring a delicious selection of premium mocktails, kava, coffee, tea, and more. Check us out here for Hellhound Film Club Live, free movie nights and podcast recordings, Wednesday nights at 217 Main Street, Nashua, New Hampshire, when tickets get ripped at 7 p.m. And also, an exciting reminder of what we do at the end of this show. Let me get a little... Somebody in this crowd here with us tonight, which was honestly, I think, one of our bigger crowds so far.
Yeah,
you can't see it now, but we did have we had 10 or somewhere between 10-ish.
No, we had whatever. Every couch filled up.
Every seat was pretty much filled. It was awesome. But tonight, somebody that was here is going to go home with this exclusive 1 of 1 12x18 custom Hellhound Film Club commemorative Spaceballs poster.
Fuck yeah, dude. I hope it's me.
I hope so too. Right?
Dude, we'll have to...
Neither of you guys have won one yet, huh?
No.
You got one by default,
I
but...
got the VHS. He gave me his poster.
But nobody's won one yet, so we'll see how this goes. So as always, you got 2 chances to win. Your first one is by showing up here, watching the movie, and sticking around for the pod. If you want a second chance to win, all you got to do is comment on the videos. Every week, we pick random commenters, and we offer them a prize. And it could be a VHS copy of a movie, a DVD or Blu-ray copy of a movie, another poster, a variant poster. We have all sorts of different prizes that we want to offer to everybody. So all you got to do is show up with us live, or if you're somewhere else in the world, just drop a comment and you're automatically entered to win. It's as simple as that. So stay tuned till the end of this episode and find out who is going home with this clutch poster. Since I'm producing the episode tonight, let me throw on a little music here.
Yeah, you could share the document with me. I could read off my phone and help you out a little bit if you want.
What do you guys say? You guys want to hear Tyler rock this with me tonight?
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Let's do this. I'm going to throw on some background tunes while we do our reading here.
I texted you my email, big dog.
Okay.
With the big dog.
I love it.
Ethereal, beautiful background music.
Thank you. I like to just
it's like video game save space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what's crazy is this is our 25th episode tonight.
Holy shit, 25 really?
Episodes?
So for 25 weeks straight, we've been coming and showing a movie and doing the podcast.
That's what, 6 months now?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Matinee was the first one, right?
Matinee was the first one.
Yo. Half birthday, baby. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah. So you got the notes now, so I'm going to let you join me whenever you feel comfortable.
Of course, I'm blue.
Yeah. Honestly, there's probably a lot of yellow in here because I wasn't sure if you were going to be able to, so we'll just feel it out.
Yeah, dude.
But for now, our conversation tonight, as you may have heard, as we mentioned, we're discussing a film that frankly wasn't supposed to work. A film that could have ended up in legal purgatory if not handled correctly, and had it not resonated so humorously with one of the creators of its source material that even he became an ally to the film. Tonight, we discuss Mel Brooks' truly iconic space opera parody, Spaceballs, from 1987.
I think it's hard to discuss this movie without first discussing its creator, the now 99-year-old No, it's fine. Small text. I'm like an old man. Inimitable filmmaker, comedian, actor, playwright, and songwriter Mel Brooks, responsible for iconic and memorable works such as Get Smart, The Producers, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. Yeah, I know. And more. Since the start of his career in 1950, Brooks has established a reputation and style that pushes the boundaries of eccentricity, improvisation, absurdity, satire, and conviction.
Released theatrically in the United States on June 10th, 1994. That's actually not the right date at all. I left that in from last week's notes.
Oh, that's
My bad.
funny, dude.
I've been struggling to do this, right? I'm so used to having somebody to produce and I do all the other crap. Let me give you guys the right date. I'm so sorry about that.
We're roughing it today.
It
feels like we're at
but
like Dad's house for the weekend.
While I'm at it, let me be totally transparent. There was a very good chance I wasn't going to do the podcast tonight. I was feeling super grouchy today.
I had to fight
and
for
we kept running into technical issues because, as we said, our producer's not here. And so
shout out Danny
if Tyler had not been here to keep me sane, there's a good chance I would have been like, you know what? I'll see you next week, guys.
For 2 seconds, I was the devil on the shoulder. I was like, dude, let's go see Disclosure Day. Let's get out of here, bro. Let's just be like, oh, it broke.
I know. Dude.
Sorry.
Like, nothing works. We got to go to the movies. Sorry, guys.
Fuck, dude. Sorry.
But you know what? Honestly, this is exactly why we implemented.
We pulled through.
Let's run it back. Released theatrically on June 24th, 1987, Spaceballs is a 1987 American space opera parody film, co-produced, co-written, and directed by iconic comedic filmmaker Mel Brooks. It primarily parodies the original Star Wars trilogy, but also other popular franchises such as Star Trek, Alien, The Wizard of Oz, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Planet of the Apes, and Transformers.
In the film Spaceballs, in a distant galaxy very, 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 very far away, planet Spaceball has depleted its air supply, leaving its citizens reliant on a product called Perrier. In desperation, Spaceball's leader, President Scroob, played by Mel Brooks, orders the evil Dark Helmet, played by Rick Moranis, to kidnap Princess Vespa, played by Daphne, was it Zuniga. Okay, thank you. Of oxygen-rich Druidia, and hold her hostage in exchange for air. But help arrives for the princess in the form of renegade space pilot Lone Star, played by Bill Pullman, and his half-man, half-dog partner Barf, played by the incomparable John Candy.
When Brooks developed Spaceballs, he wanted his parody to be as close to the original as possible. Even though the yogurt character mentions merchandising in the film, Brooks' deal with George Lucas on parodying Star Wars was that no Spaceballs action figures were to be made. According to Brooks, Lucas said, "Your action figures are going to look like mine." And with George Lucas having the literal chokehold throttle on merchandising, he was not going to allow anybody to get in there and mess up the merchandising game. So, with that agreement put into place, that was what inspired the whole yogurt merchandising scene. And there's multiple Spaceballs branded products that were obviously never mass produced in real life.
Interesting enough, Brooks had Lucas's company handle some post-production, saying, quote, "I was playing ball with the people who could have said no." Lucas later sent Brooks a note saying how much he loved the film, including its story structure, and that he was, quote, afraid that he would bust something from laughter, end quote.
Zuniga initially found Brooks's film parodies too crass and not too funny, but after working with Brooks, she said, "I have this image of Mel as a total wacko and out to lunch." And he is, but he's also really perceptive and real sensitive in ways that make actors respond. And so that is a little bit about the movie that we were so lucky to watch here tonight. And so let me start this conversation with our panel off tonight. And this goes for anybody that can hear, show of hands or yell, whatever the hell. Is it safe to assume that everybody was like familiar with Star Wars before seeing this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. You weren't familiar with Star Wars prior to seeing Spaceballs.
So I'm going to give a little bit of an embarrassing confession here. I grew up with Star
My
Trek.
confession.
I grew up with Star Trek. I was a Star Trek kid,
Okay.
thanks to my grandfather.
I mean, I wouldn't say that's embarrassing.
So I didn't finally watch my first Star Wars film until I was 24 years old.
That's embarrassing. Holy shit.
Unfortunately, my mother kind of was like, okay, you need to be educated, and sat me down in her room with her and made me watch the first 3 originals, and I cringed so hard.
You're going to learn today.
Exactly. That's right.
Of course.
Wow. Of course he's hanging out at the bar. So was this anybody's first time seeing this movie? Okay, So all of us had seen this before, but those of you that watch the program, if you know Elliot Universe, he confessed to this being the first time he saw this tonight. So when he's done popping coffee shots at the bar, maybe we'll get his opinion on what he thought about this. Let me start with you, and then we'll kind of go around. Do you remember what age you were the first time you saw this?
Yeah, I have like a distinct memory of watching it with my mom and my aunt. I think I was either between like 8 or 10 years old. So like I was a kid when I watched this, and I grew up on Star Wars, so like I understood the references and stuff. Obviously not all of the adult humor, but like the movie is like so fast and so funny, and I remember being a little kid and being really freaked out from like alien popping out, but laughing and like almost like rolling around on the ground like fucking busting a gut because of how hard I was just laughing from this thing. It was nuts, dude. But yeah, I was like probably like 8 to 10.
Okay, let me follow up with that. Do you remember what age you were the last time you saw this before tonight?
I've watched it within the last 2 years.
Okay,
so I've seen this movie probably like 6 or 7 times. Like this is a well-loved movie in my household. So.
Okay. And so with that frame of mind, how did it hit this time? Because I feel like it hits different when you're kind of doing like film analysis of it afterwards. You kind of go into it watching it a little differently.
I think it's really funny, but I don't, especially since I just saw The Producers for the first time recently. I don't think that this is Mel Brooks' best work.
That's totally fair.
But I do think that it is always reliably funny, and like it's great. And I think there's probably a few more jokes this time that I picked up that I was like more on the lookout for. And it's it's really great stuff.
Hello. How did you
like
enjoy the movie?
I liked it. Whoa!
I liked it,
guys.
Whoa.
I got you.
Hey, Spaceballs is for the kids,
Exactly.
the children.
I got you. Hey, you want to do the podcast too?
Right? Hey, we're here for a good time, not a long time, right?
Yeah.
Nick, let me ask you.
Oh boy. I feel like I'm being put on trial.
You are, and if you talk without a microphone, you will definitely be on trial again. So same set of questions. Do you remember you kind of talked about it. You saw it when you were really young, you said.
Yeah, I wasn't overly young. I was maybe right before I hit 13. I was 12 when I first saw this movie. I remember I got home from school. I walked in. All of a sudden, I hear what sounded like a Star Wars theme playing from the living room. All I did was peek my head around the corner, see my mom sitting on the couch watching Spaceballs. I looked at the TV and looked back at her. I'm like, really? You couldn't wait till I got home from school to start this? Fine, give me a minute. Let me go put my stuff down and I'll come join you. And then the last time I had watched this, I actually ended up watching this upwards of about a year ago. I was over at my buddy's place spending the weekend with him, and he was like, yo, you want to watch a random movie I have picked out for tonight? And I was like, what? He was like, Spaceballs. I'm like, you're going to get me quoting the whole thing. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I did.
I love
quoted
that
the
this
whole
is in
thing.
everyone's like random repertoire through the years. Like it's so awesome that it's like everybody's had this same like I just need this like every couple of years. Like
That's like people saying that they haven't seen Casablanca yet either.
oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that.
I haven't seen Casablanca yet.
Well, I hope you
Shame.
guys, we can literally go watch it right after this podcast. That's how important it is to go see that.
I kind of might now. You just gave me an idea.
Yeah, like
Next day off, I can.
I'll set up the projector in the street and we can watch it outside. I don't care. We have to.
Check.
Check one. I can't call you Kill. That seems Murray. All right, I like that.
Murray.
That. I'm a big fan of rap names. Wigs? You know. So I'll pass you the mic after, but I want to ask you the same set of questions. Do you remember how old you? Oh, thank you. You remember how old you were the first time you saw this, and do you remember how old you were the last time you saw this?
Oh yeah, I think the first time I saw this, I was maybe about, I think like you, like 12. I remember my mom was like, "We got Boston Market at the house. We're gonna go to the movie gallery. We're gonna go movie gallery, pick out a nice movie to watch the nice movie night at home." And then the one she picked out was Spaceballs. Just recently, like at that time, I recently watched the first 3 Star Wars movies, so I had an idea of what I was in store for, but I knew it was a comedy and not like those. So when I watched that, I was just so happy watching that. It was like, oh, I know this shit, but it's like funny and not just like an adventure. And then the last time I watched it was not that long ago. I think it was like December. I was just I was just having a bad day, and I was like, I need something with just rapid jokes coming at me, so I'm distracted and I'm laughing and I'm not dwelling on the sadness. And this movie always comes in clutch.
It's so funny you said that because it really feels like it comes from the mind of a stand-up comedian. When you said the thing about laughs, like, I love stand-up. I love stand-up comedy. So I watch a lot of like, obviously comedy specials, but like obscure like YouTube documentaries that comedians do on tour and all this kind of stuff. And one of the things that comes up a lot is laughs per minute. Where like people that write jokes, whether it's for a roast, for stand-up, for TV, there's this idea of like you only have so many minutes, and how long in between laughs can you go before losing the audience? This was like so reminiscent of somebody from like that, like I don't know if it's like the vaudeville era, that's probably too far, but like reminiscent of that time where it's like you're a stage performer and it's like you just are keeping people laughing the whole time. You know, this felt written a lot differently than a lot of comedy movies at this time.
I think it's kind of like I feel like there's like 10 degrees separation between Mel Brooks and like the people behind like Airplane and like Top Secret.
I was just about to say, like, the two movies that come to mind is like this movie and Airplane, where they're just rapid succession of jokes, and the ratio of like jokes said to jokes that land is just an incredibly high, like, even ratio. It's crazy.
I think the pacing is a little bit slower with Mel Brooks stuff, where like
it's not like Monty Python necessarily.
Yeah, or even like Naked Gun, where it's like there's literally a joke just constantly happening.
Yeah,
that it's like almost hard to keep track of. Where like this, like, you know, they're quick, but like it's quick enough for you to get it. It's still a faster tempo, but like not. I feel like not as fast as like the other movies we were mentioning.
Digestible.
Yeah, because
sure.
The other movies, like the plot is whatever really for those movies, but like this, like the plot is kind of a driving force in this.
And that's why I kind of opened the conversation to like gauge everyone's familiarity with like sci-fi in general, because I do feel like I agree with you where it's like if you've seen Star Wars or if you've seen Planet of the Apes or even if you've seen Star Trek, this is not like a complicated movie to pick up on. You know what I mean? It's just about being sharp enough to stay with it. I think is the most important thing. David, let me ask you the same round of questions before we close it off. So, do you remember how old you were the first time you saw this?
Not really.
Okay, and do you remember the most recent time you might have seen this before tonight?
Not offhand and everything. I just, like I said, Star Wars and everything. When I saw Star Wars, and like I said, I was hooked on Star Wars and everything. I saw, like, I think it was New Hope or something. 83. I was born in 83, so that came, like you said, documentaries and everything. I love, like, different documentaries. I might watch on Netflix. There's a Michael Jackson documentary and everything and all stuff. So, but yeah, like different kind of documentaries. And he said, like, Star Wars, like, you walk in. He said Boston Market. I'm like, dang, I remember Boston Market around. I'm like, no, now I want Boston Market.
Yeah.
But Star Wars, like I said, this one's not that bad. It's a good movie. And like he said, with Mel Brooks and everything, and also, you know, maybe the way you're getting older, sometimes you like say, okay, how can I make a movie good? But you kind of like think in your head, okay, I'm getting older. I can try my best to get the odds more into it and everything. But yeah, any movies like he's in, and like you said, John Goodman, we just watched that one, and all the actors with these are really good and everything, no matter what movie it is.
I love that.
Hell yeah, dude.
See, he's our good vibes guy.
I know.
You got to have a good vibes guy on the panel.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Somebody to keep it wholesome.
So all right. So let me kind of gauge. So let me gauge this a little deeper with the three of you, only because you said you weren't really sure how you felt. So if you think about how you felt the first time you saw it and how you felt watching it tonight, what are some of the noticeable differences?
As a kid, I think I found this a lot funnier than I do now because, like, now that I'm a jaded young man,
Yeah, you're such an artist, bro.
I know, right? You know, but no, seriously. now that I, especially because I have taken an interest in comedy writing, and my short film's a comedy. Like
Joey's big reveal out this summer.
I don't know. It's harder for, like, there's stuff that's always going to be funny. Like in this movie, it's always going to get a chuckle, but there's never anything like the first time with like something really funny. Like the first time watching what's that, Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
And he's shooting the
Just, like,
golf in his yard, and he hits
uninhibited
the old lady, and she falls out the window. That's like another thing. Like, I just remember rolling on the floor as a kid laughing. Like, it's just this succession of jokes that, like, it can't be replicated in my mind. Like the feeling of that very first time experiencing it. It's still great. But now because I love writing, like that's what I want to do. It's like a movie I want to study because it's like the jokes are so well written. And it's like, and it is so funny, and the structure is really great. So, like, I don't know. There's stuff that I appreciate more that I didn't know to appreciate then.
Yeah.
And yeah. Sorry, I ramble.
No, I dig that though. That's what I was looking for.
What about you guys?
Yeah, Nick. What about you? So you talked about your experience when you first saw it, and obviously we watched it tonight from a little different of a perspective. What are some of the things that have either changed or evolved in the time from when you first saw this to now?
My dark sense of humor.
That makes sense.
And the fact of the matter that I understood every single reference and adult humor joke in this movie, especially at 12 years old. Now imagine a 12-year-old me understanding that stuff.
Right.
That's a creepy place to be inside of a 12-year-old's mind. But honestly, this movie, to me, I don't care if I was 12 years old when I'm watching it, or if I'm even 60 years old when I'm watching this. I am still going to bust my gut laughing, falling on the floor, probably rolling around. And honestly, this movie...
And you were also kind of like saying, oh, this is like when I get married with my wedding. You were describing your wedding.
That ending part, I told her and I told Dave that this was going to most likely end up being my wedding when I get married.
I'm kind of scared.
No, at the ending.
I don't know how your wedding's going to be. Yes, he said he's not getting married. And I guess for his bachelor party, we're going to the zoo.
No, if we're doing a bachelor party, we're doing it on the beach.
You know,
on the beach.
there's a lot of stuff that happens on the beach. It's just like in Vegas.
But yeah, so I would say this movie has evolved for me in the ways of like humor, laughter, and this is all around personally one of my absolute favorite movies to quote from heart.
Thanks. I needed that.
I think the difference between when I first watched it and now is I was just watching it like to have fun growing up, but now I'm looking at it through, I'm like, oh, I know all of these actors and voice actors, and I'm dissecting their performances, and I'm comparing it to other works that I know them from. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, their repertoire is really expansive. They can do this, they can do that. And I'm also understanding all the jokes, as Nick said, or I might have missed like a good handful growing up.
Yeah, for sure.
So now I can kind of understand everything and also just appreciate the hard work and the talent that was the cast in the movie.
I kind of agree.
Talk that talk, Playboy.
I kind of agree too. Like I said, it's like basically all like the. I know you're watching a movie, but you're like, okay, did I miss a joke? But you can always like rewind it and go back, and like you said, Happy Gilmore and everything. Like those movies are like the best movies and all stuff, and that's what he always does good. No matter what movies in, he always stays in character. He doesn't break it or anything. You really see that in movies from like an actor, any kind of movie.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, well, I gotta play this guy. I gotta play this person. How are they gonna be?
I love Mel Brooks always playing like a grumpy, grumpy old Jewish New Yorker guy who's just like, what do we
look at Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg and everything like that. Love them. And everything, how they all stayed in the character and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, you didn't see him break a sweat and everything, did nothing. He stood, he like, yo, let's go, like, this and that. He really got into it. And I was like, wow, I was like, dude, I'm just gonna don't even talk, like watch it. I'm just gonna watch it. I'm like, Dad, leave me alone.
Yeah. Four Brothers zone. Four Christmases is on.
Right.
Yes.
What a wild pull to have like Four Brothers referenced on Spaceballs episode.
For real. That's so true. I do want to go to the thing that you said about Mel Brooks too. Talk about writing and directing a movie being like a challenge enough, and then playing multiple characters.
Oh yeah,
in the movie that you are writing and directing.
But here's the thing about Mel Brooks is that like it comes naturally to him.
Exactly. It's like you were saying, as part of that, like, I wish I had a better word for it, but that like vaudeville reminiscent era of performing.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's something about like, he's just a creative genius. And when you have somebody who is like that and can just, bring the best people together, have great writing partners, like, and really have a vision. And, granted, this is why, like, I think, the directing work was kind of already done in this movie by George Lucas in a way.
That's fair.
Where this is now just like Mel Brooks doing like jokes and bits, and it's great. I mean, Rick Moranis, like, God, what a guy! Like, I don't want to jump ahead to.
I was gonna say, hold
else.
that thought.
Sorry.
Because the next section that we're going to talk about is the characters and actors.
Oh boy.
So let me start with you, since you were kind of on a track there for a bit. Who do you feel had the most? And so I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions in this section. So I want you to think very carefully about the wording of them.
Okay.
Who had the most standout acting performance in this to you?
Ah, geez. Okay. I'm actually going to start with a character who I did not like as much this go around, and it's going to be really hard for me to say. Barf's jokes didn't really land for me as much this time. He kind of like, some of it's like a little. I just know John Candy can be a lot funnier than how Barf is. Granted, the waitress bit is great, but anyway.
So did that stand out to you in a negative way? You would say. Not to be like dramatic.
No, not. I don't want to go as far as say negative, but like it didn't land as heavy as I remember it. But some I think my unsung hero, because it's hard for me to pick favorites because the cast is, but for me the unsung hero is probably Joan Rivers, because she's so fucking funny in this, and like the lines are great, the visual gag with like the Virgin alarm and the different alarms that pop up, and like, hey, don't look up my can. I'm like, oh, sorry. Am I okay? Got it.
You jumped ahead on me.
But yeah,
Remember,
Joan Rivers and Robert Pullman's great. He's fucking hilarious, dude. I don't know him much from other stuff, if I'm being honest, but like, him being like a fucking Dollar Tree Han Solo Luke combination, like sleazeball living in a RV spaceship, like it sells. Like I'll buy that. Like he's so funny, and I don't know, like I think he's a great leading man in a cast of like really big names.
Brother, you just named like 5 fucking people for this one question.
Okay, sorry.
You suck. So once
okay, sorry.
So once again, I'm going to ask you guys multiple questions in this section.
Okay.
So listen very specifically to the question. Nick, let's try you. Can I let's see if this works. Second time's a charm, right?
Always.
Who was the most standout actor in this to you?
Well, as you and I were talking about earlier before we started the movie, all the characters in here are great. There's not an actor in here I don't know. But the one I would personally say I could relate with probably more.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you whose acting performance stood out the most.
I gotta go with my goat. I gotta go Rick Moranis.
Okay, I like that.
Honestly, yeah, that's probably who I would say. It would be Rick Moranis.
I could definitely get behind that. I don't hate that at all. Let me ask you there, Mr. Murray. Who do you feel like, whose acting performance stood out the most to you, or whose acting performance was the most memorable, better or worse?
See, I was going to say Rick Moranis, but then as he was talking, I was thinking of other people, and I think the man himself, Mel Brooks, fucking nailed it, because like he played multiple characters, and then also knowing that like some of the stuff was written like as they were filming it, like on the spot, all written by him and performed by him. That's just crazy. So like I gotta give shout out to Mel Brooks, like master craftsman when it comes to this type of stuff.
Yeah, that honestly was going to be my choice too. I think between playing multiple characters and like the doing the yogurt character, all of that paint work that he had to have done. You think about like, so we talked about at the beginning of the episode, he's 99 years old. So even when this was being made, he was already in his 50s.
Yeah.
And so to be that age and going through hours of prosthetics and makeup for what might have equaled out to be like 10-ish minutes of screen time, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, and he just gave it all. He gave each one of those characters all he had comedically. And that was the answer I was hoping somebody would say, but I appreciate that.
For the record, I understand how the questions work now. Sorry,
you.
chat. Sorry. You know what? I got
that.
excited. I went off.
It's okay. Well, maybe
I'll be perfect next time.
We'll throw up the little Men in Black light on the audience here. So now they forgot that you answered the next round of questions. So it's gonna be all brand new, baby. Exactly. But before we move on, let's hear from you. Whose acting in this stood out the most to you?
I would say Rick Moranis, and like you said, Mel Brooks, and like I said, with the paint, you see all these like movies with the paint. How like, well, look at Jabba the Pizza. I can imagine how long that took to get the makeup done, and all that stuff. It's crazy. Like I said, it's just seeing all these people with the makeup. I'm like, I don't know how they can do it, but yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, Rick Moranis and Mel Brooks.
Love that. Hell yeah. So, the next round that I want to ask you guys, this is where I think everybody's instincts were headed. Who was your favorite acting performance in this? You got a microphone. I'll let you kick it off.
No, I know. I'm thinking.
He's thinking heavily. Okay, I respect it. You got one. I'll take it. Take the lead.
Yeah, while I respect everything Mel Brooks was doing, I think I laughed harder for Joan Rivers, especially because I'm a big fan of Joan Rivers and like her delivery and her just like spazzing out like demeanor when she delivers lines just always got me. So like I was just so happy watching anything Joan Rivers was a part of. So she's got to be my favorite for this one.
I'm. You gave me my confidence back. I'm going Joan Rivers.
I love that.
Dude, I think
Joan all the way. That's a
way.
great answer.
Because I remember, I just remember watching this with my aunt and my mom as a kid in Connecticut, and like, I don't know, there was just something so fucking funny about having like C-3PO and then like the voice and like the cigarette. Like, I don't know, it was just great.
Sorry, I just got distracted.
Oh, you're good.
Nick, let's hear from you. Who would you say was your favorite acting performance in this?
Ooh. Okay. See, my original answer was going to be Rick Moranis, and then I had to think about it a little bit extra because there was one character in there I had noticed when I first watched this movie that I had seen in another movie before. Michael Winslow.
I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was biting my tongue so hard trying not to be that guy to be like, did you guys know that that's Michael Winslow from Police Academy?
Yeah,
every time I watch it with friends.
Right?
I'm
Literally.
sorry, but that man to me is just a true legend. That man's impressions and like noises he can do, I would want to meet him and I would want to do my voice impressions in front of him and see how he likes it.
Yeah.
So I would honestly say Michael Winslow. Oh, honestly, one of my personal favorite character in this, I would say, or actor. Sorry.
I love that. So, what about you, Big Dog?
I would say Rick Moranis and everything. And I was trying to think the older guy that was, I think, the president.
That's Mel Brooks.
Oh, it was?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was one of his like
President's group.
There was a older guy too that almost looked like Edward Scissorhands. I'm trying to think the older guy. I'm trying to think
who played Colonel Sanders.
I think it was him.
George Weiner.
Was it him?
Weiner, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Gotta show some love for George.
I don't know. But yeah, I think there was a guy in there that played the father, and it was Scissorhands. But like I said, Nicholas, Rick Moranis.
George Weiner.
Yeah, George. There you go, George Weiner, and Rick Moranis. And like I said, I know I shouted out two people, but like I said, awesome movie. Like I said, no matter what movie it is, all the characters do wicked good, no matter what.
Love that. I want to ask you guys a couple more things before we head out here. This is total just shotgun thought right off top. If there was any dream casting changes that you could make, who would be your NBA draft pick to switch out for this movie?
Oh, I got it.
Okay. This can it just be like any actor, any generation, or
Yep.
does it? Okay. Chris Farley subbed out for John Candy.
Okay.
I feel like
Dude.
Chris Farley would have gone off with improvs because he would have been unfortunately on stuff. Let's be
Yeah.
realistic. But like, he could have brought this like really crazy like Chihuahua, but like crazy big dog energy that
Dude, I could totally feel that.
yeah.
This might be like a weird choice because like he doesn't fit the aesthetic of Lone Star, but I feel like Daniel Stern. I think that would be a really cool acting decision. I mean, you can slick back his hair and make him look more presentable and less scruffy. But I feel like as far as acting chops go, like he's really good at being like the hero, and he's also really good at delivering comedic lines. I think he would be really good, and I'm a huge fan. This would be like perfect timing for him to like have more movies and stuff.
Yeah, dude, you're not wrong. And what about you? Any thoughts on like a dream casting choice or anything like that? Probably The Rock. The Rock. Just throw it out there. Just it would be better with The Rock in it. Okay,
Cody.
that's something. All right.
Vin Diesel is Lord Hellhound.
Right, yo, for real.
Fucking The Rock.
You know what I would say though, and it's funny because this will be like, I swear this is gonna be like the 5th episode this has come up or something like this, but I do think it would have been hilarious if Harrison Ford played Lone Star.
Okay, thank you for saying that.
Harrison Ford has great comedic timing.
Dude, I was thinking there was a part of me that wanted to literally say exactly what you just said. Be like, yeah, it'd be crazy if they had Lone Star just be Harrison Ford, and like and give him like an eye patch or like something, or like a big shitty wig or like something that would be like, you know, off-brand enough.
Yeah,
that like
just like
he's
absurdist
not
Han Solo.
Yeah, pretty much like beatnik Han Solo would be hilarious. A fucking beret or something like. That would be so good.
I didn't actually get to say mine.
Well,
Get to it.
Because honestly, I think you would actually agree with me on mine, Cody.
let's find out.
So honestly,
Dude, I would have loved to be in it.
I would honestly say, and this is kind of an oddball pick for me, I would say I would replace Daphne Zuniga as Princess Vespa, and I would get somebody, honestly, and please do not crucify me for this, I would cast Selena Gomez
As
Princess Vespa.
all right, so I'm gonna have to dig into this and ask you why.
Okay, so don't get me wrong.
I've already got you wrong, so we have to like get. We have to get.
We're at where we're at.
Yeah, we have to get somewhere correct from here.
Selena Gomez has always been one of my favorite actresses of all time. When I first saw her in Hotel Transylvania, which was the first movie I saw her in, I could definitely see her being definitely a fitting, more perfect role with her voice as Princess Vespa than Daphne Zuniga. Like, don't get me wrong, though. She's great. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Selena Gomez could have done a little bit better, in my opinion.
Okay, that's interesting. I think my only counter to that, and this is obviously because of my choice, but the same way that having Harrison Ford in this would have made it so funny because you only see him in serious roles, that was how seeing Daphne Zuniga in this was at the time, because she had only been in serious dramatic roles up until this. And she even thought there was a risk of like her getting typecast and like not getting good roles after doing this. And it turned out to be like one of the most memorable things she's done.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why to put like it, to do a parody like this, in my opinion, granted, it's almost funnier to have like stiff actors trying to do funny stuff, you know, like Harrison Ford trying to do a comedic version of Han Solo would just have been insanely funny. And that's why Princess Vespa worked so much, because she was the like serious person in this group of just like comedic shitheads.
I mean, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And like I said, don't get me wrong.
About
it's just my
100%.
opinion.
You just said Selena Gomez.
Yeah,
so
but
I think that's like 99%.
I gave my opinion, and I'm not saying my opinion's correct or not, but I had one other answer in my mind that I wanted to shout out real quick.
Talk that talk, Playboy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Colonel Sanders.
Can't say it wouldn't have been funny. That's for sure.
The princess.
Get the plates out.
Get to get him now.
This time, Mr. Coffee.
The pizza going to send out for you.
So last thing, if anybody has thoughts on the last section I want to ask you guys about, is the visual world. There's two things that stood out to me a lot that I really harken back to. There was some practical effects and practical sets that were just awesome to see. One thing I thought about was when they run from the wedding and they get in the spacecraft and you see it start going up. That looked so cool. Obviously, the next shot kind of sucked, but seeing that whole space thing just like cock back like that was so dope.
I've always loved the transformation scene of the ship at the end. Really any of the outer space ship stuff, because they had ILM handling post-production, and I'm sure they probably informed them on the miniature photography, like, you know, when they were shooting it. So like, really great stuff. And I mean, you know, it's interesting because it's like the effects are almost at Star Wars level of like how they look, you know, on camera, but like, you know, conversational stuff and, you know, whatever is like fairly basic cinematic type lighting, like and camera work. So it's not anything groundbreaking, but like the production design and the props that they use and the physical comedy of shit is fantastic, unmatched.
I just want to say that the whole scene where they are rewinding the film back to watch themselves, and then it catches up to just like present time.
Here is now.
I'm still baffled. I don't like, they had to have shot everything in post. Like, we've already finished the movie, we edited it. Now we're gonna go back and just utilize this because I have no idea how.
Well, I feel like it was probably a switch between like footage that was, or maybe they had already wrapped all of production and then they do this as like, you know, the last thing.
Oh yeah, like edit into the TV and keep your lines and stuff.
Yeah, or you know, I don't know. And then also like they probably just cut to like a live feed and had like maybe like a separate camera or something like that.
Yeah.
But
you know more than I would.
Well, no, I don't know. I'm just spitballing, but it's fun. It's such a fun bit, dude. It's like one of the best jokes in the whole movie.
I love the TVs in the bathroom, in the restroom and everything. That was kind of cool.
That was wild.
And everything.
The wall TVs.
As he's like using the urinal to go in the bathroom. Oh, hey, how you doing? And everything. But yeah, that was kind of cool. And like you said, with the spaceship going up, and it reminded me of like at Disney. Like if you're on like the Star Wars ride, you're like in the Star Wars thing, and like the Ewoks and all that stuff. That's what, like reminded me of Disney. So, but yeah, like I said, it was basically, I think, the mirror, the TVs in the bathroom. That was kind of cool.
I did love that. Speaking of bathroom, did this guy just really fucking disappear?
Yeah, he had to use the bathroom, dude. Everybody poops. Everybody.
Shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You want to be a bitch that poops or never mind. I don't want to finish that. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I didn't want to say the C word.
We're not taking his rating then. Cheers.
The only
you
C
get
word
to start.
Okay.
What's the word?
God damn it.
So you know what time it is. So this is your first time doing this, but I know you're familiar with it. So when we go to close out our conversation on the movie, nope, you're already exiled from the conversation.
You're done.
We revoked your letterbox privileges.
You're fired. Now get over here.
So at the end of the conversation, we go around and everybody gives like their 1 or 2 line letterbox review with the appropriate star rating. So
I'm giving this a healthy 3.5. Fantastic writing, great directing, truly hilarious movie. You know, because Star Wars is timeless, Spaceballs is timeless.
Absolutely, I can dig that. I guess we'll hear what you have to say, even though you abandoned ship.
I didn't abandon ship.
Yeah, you abandoned ship mid-show. The audience is going to say it in the comments.
If you guys think I abandoned ship, don't.
I'll type it.
I took a small breather. I would say this movie again, still holds a very soft spot in my heart. I love this movie to death. I would give this maybe, I don't want to give it a full 5 out of 5 because that would just me being biased. I'm gonna go with a fair 4.0. I'm gonna give it a fair 4.0 only because I feel like what they could have done, they could have added a little bit more special effect to it. That's the only reason I'm not giving it a 5 out of 5. I feel like a little more special effect and maybe like 1 or 2 extra cameo characters might have given me a 5 out of 5. But but a 4 out of 5 definitely for me 100%.
We'll take it.
I think I would do a 4.5. My only hang up is I like the character of Princess Vespa, but I don't care too much for the actress. A couple other people I would have chose before her. But that's the smallest little hang up. So like with that little one grievance, I couldn't give it a 5 because, I have something to complain about. So I would just say comedy masterclass, especially for the year it is. Mel Brooks is the man, 4.5.
Hell yeah.
I would probably give it a 10. With like,
5?
probably, yeah.
Fuck it, this guy likes Spaceballs,
Like I
dude.
said, it's like you said with Star Wars and everything, and like I said with all like the going the warp speed and everything, it felt like I was at Disney again, like on the Star Wars movie, and it's going. I'm like, I'm in Star Wars, let's go. But yeah, and plus all the time that actors take on their thing and all stuff, like do these movies for us, that we go watch them. We actually, support them and everything, and they take their hard work and everything, and it's just like wrestling also, how they go like all different places, and sometimes they're away from the family or the family comes with them, but yeah, 10.
10 out of 5's got to be the best rating a movie's got on this
Seriously,
program
goddamn,
so
dude.
far. That's pretty wild. And as you guys
That's
always
stars to
know,
spare.
when this episode comes out next Tuesday, you'll be able to see my letterbox review for it, as well as the link to watch this episode. Before we head out of here tonight, we're going to run through some local screening and event listings. As we always mention, if you've got an independent film event, personal movie screening, film festival, whatever the case may be, shoot us an email. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. hellhoundfilmclub@gmail.com. We'd be happy to plug your event. You want to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What do you say?
Yeah, screenings and event listings. June 5th, Train Spotting 4K screenings presented by Sony Pictures Classics at theaters
Sorry, we
nationwide.
can skip that one.
I can skip that one?
Yeah.
Oh, it's past June 5th. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Cool.
So we could probably start with
Well, that's happening today.
yeah.
So Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, gang. This is great. Thursday, June 25th, Shaun of the Dead, part of the Thirsty Thursday series at Somerville Theater, bringing your favorite movie bars to the big screen. Shaun is a 30-something loser with a dull, easy existence. When he's not working at the electronics store, he lives with his slovenly best friend, Ed, in a small flat on the outskirts of London. The only unpredictable element in his life is his girlfriend, Liz, who wishes desperately for Shaun to grow up and be a man. When the town is inexplicably overrun with zombies, Shaun must rise to the occasion and protect both Liz and his mother. 7:30 at Somerville Theater. For more details or other films in this series, please visit www.somervilletheater.com.
Friday, June 26th, Mikey and Nikki 50th anniversary 4K restoration screenings at the IFC Film Center in New York and more. As part of an ongoing series celebrating comedian, actress, writer, and director Elaine May's incomparable career for the 50th anniversary of one of the truly one-of-a-kind, inimitable crime dramas, Mikey and Nikki, starring John Cassavetes and Peter Falk. Elaine May and producer Julian Schlossberg will be present for an in-person Q&A that day.
Sunday, July 5th, Citizen Kane 85th anniversary, presented again by Fathom Entertainment at theaters nationwide. A boy abandoned by his parents inherits a fortune, builds a global newspaper empire, and aspires to become president of the United States. But he loses everything over an affair with an untalented nightclub singer. This fascinating story unfolds through the eyes of the people important to the tycoon, each showing a different aspect of Citizen Kane. This special 85th anniversary release includes exclusive insight from Leonard Maltin. If you live in our area of southern New Hampshire or in Massachusetts, there are screenings that day at AMC in Methuen, Apple Cinemas in Merrimack, and Hooksett, New Hampshire, Showcase Cinemas in Lowell, Mass, and Woburn, Cinemark in Salem, New Hampshire, and plenty of other theaters as well. Go to fathomentertainment.com to find a screening near you.
Saturday, July 11th, Heavy Healing, free screening at Bridge 9 Records in Beverly, Massachusetts. Heavy Healing is a documentary that features prominent and influential members of the heavy music community, including Lou Collar from Sick of It All, Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage, Vinny Stigma from Agnostic Front, Mike Williams from I Hate God, Eddie Sutton from Leeway, Jimmy G from Murphy's Law, Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup, Adam Blake from H2O, and more, all telling stories about relying on hardcore, punk, metal, etc. to recover from illness, medical issues, and mental health challenges. The screening is free. All you have to do is RSVP at bridge9.com/heavyhealing in order to reserve your spot. Women of the Pit are going to be on site that night. They're going to be raising funds for the American Cancer Society.
Wednesday, July 15th, Jackass the Movie at Coolidge at the Speedway, a series presented by Coolidge Corner Theater and the Charles River Speedway. The third feature in this incredible outdoor screening event in Boston featuring food vendors, beer tents, and more is Jackass the Movie, the 2002 American reality slapstick/stunt comedy film directed by Jeff Tremaine. It is a continuation of the MTV television series Jackass, which had completed its run. The film features most of the original Jackass cast, including leader Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Chris Pontius, Steve-O, Dave England, Ryan Dunn, Wee Man, Preston Lacey, and Danger. Sorry.
Danger.
Wow, I was on a roll there. Danger. Danger Aaron.
Friday, July 17th, The Odyssey has its world premiere, and in certain places, you'll be able to see it in 70 millimeter as well. One of those places is our favorite Coolidge Corner Cinema in Brookline, Massachusetts. The Odyssey is a mythic action epic from master of cinema Christopher Nolan, shot across the world, bringing Homer's foundational saga to screens, starring Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, Lupita Nyong'o, Zendaya, and Charlize Theron.
Thursday, July 30th, the Creative Guts Short Film Festival at Red River Theaters, Concord, New Hampshire. Presented by the Creative Guts podcast, their short film festival is an evening of imaginative stories from filmmakers in New Hampshire and beyond. Submissions open until June 14th. For more details and tickets, visit redrivertheaters.org.
Nailed it in Concord. Friday, July 31st is The Samurai and the Prisoners theatrical release worldwide. The Samurai and the Prisoner was one of the best reviewed films at the 2026 Cannes Film Festival. Kiyoshi Kurosawa's thriller will hit theaters exclusively on July 31st. I think we mentioned this last week too. If you're not familiar with Kiyoshi Kurosawa, definitely recommend checking out Cure. Cure is like one of his most
really
notable,
amazing
like
things.
supposed to really keep you up at night. So it makes me thoroughly excited about Samurai and the Prisoner.
Well, I am thoroughly excited for the New Hampshire Film Festival, October 15th through 18th, throughout downtown Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Submissions open now. The New Hampshire Film Festival is an annual fall event located in Portsmouth, New Hampshire that unites professional filmmakers, screenwriters, and film industry experts with film lovers. Drawing thousands of attendees annually, NHFF is the region's premier film festival and is an integral resource for local and national industry professionals who return every year. Movie Maker magazine named the NHFF on its annual list of 50 film festivals worth the entry fee, celebrating festivals that serve movie makers and audiences in some of the best destinations in the world. For details, please visit www.nhfilmfestival.com.
All right, guys, it's that time of the night. I would have done the drum rolls, but my computer died. That's how you know it's the end of the night. Somebody is going home with this poster.
Let's see who it is.
And we're doing things a little differently tonight. Usually when we do the show, we got multiple computers. We do our cool little spin wheel thing that you guys are used to. Can't do that tonight. Tonight's going to be a little different. So before we started the podcast, I went to Mike, the host of The Spot here, and I had him write down a random number between 1 and 50 on a piece of paper. I told him not to show it to me.
Okay.
And whoever either gets the number or gets closest to the number is going to be the one that goes home with this poster tonight.
Okay.
I have not looked at this number, so I'm going to let everybody say it, and we're going to find out together who was the closest. Between 1 and 50. So let's start with you, and obviously if we can all keep our ears open and remember these.
27.
27 club. All right.
Ooh, 1 in 50. I gotta go with my lucky birthday. I gotta go lucky number 24.
Okay. 27 and 24.
41.
41. 27, 24, 41.
I'm gonna go with my birthday. 7.
7. All right. You fools hanging out at the bar. Anybody want a chance at this poster before we give it away? I got one from you already, but I'll do 32. 32. All right, we got 32 at the bar. All right. Huh? Yeah, I mean, you already know the answer, but I'll make you. I got you. Yeah.
So, womp.
All right. So we got everybody's numbers submitted. Now we're going to open this piece of paper together and find out who is the closest.
Oh, this is exciting, dude.
I don't know if you guys can see it on there. Probably not. Number 50.
So, you said 41.
That's you, player.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's the one. Woo!
So our boy Kill Murray, who showed up for the first time to be on the panel, is going home with this custom 1 of 1 12 by 18 Spaceballs Hellhound Film Club commemorative poster.
Designed by the one and only Cody Pope. First time viewer, first time winner.
Over you too.
Holy shit. This is incredible. We've never seen this.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. See, and if you guys win these posters, you got to take a picture and tag us at Hellhound Film Club so that we know that they're hanging up in your beautiful homes. So far, we haven't seen any of the posters, and there's probably been like 20-something. Mike's got one, the Flintstone one.
I fell short, too.
No, you got one hanging up.
No, Mike, you represent.
True. But at least it's at a business where...
Yeah, and don't be afraid to tag the spot either.
We got to tag the spot, baby.
So we were just saying, this is the 25th week of this show, which means there's been nearly 25 custom posters gone home with people.
Damn.
And nobody's done it yet.
Dude, that's like a calendar's
Nobody has hung it on their wall and tagged our little precious podcast.
You gotta bring these out as like a calendar or something.
I know, right?
That could be cool, dude.
Oh, that would
It's a really great body of work. Like, not to, yeah, dude. Hey, we're
talking about me?
No, sorry, it's not always about you, Mike. Hey, Mike, local drama queen.
Me?
No.
I'm a fucking magnet for it. That's all.
Just don't skip this guy in karaoke. No, seriously, Cody's got a great eye for graphic design, so you should hire this guy as graphic designer.
Hell yeah.
It's going to a good home, dude.
Hey, painting's better than AI. I'd rather see a Microsoft Paint flyer than an AI flyer, so don't shoot yourself in the foot. So with that said, this has been wildly fun.
Yeah.
I thank you guys for rolling with us on the punches here. It's a little different of an episode than we normally do. But we had a great time, nevertheless.
This was fucking great.
We got a poster going home with somebody, and we had some great combos, even with just 2 mics.
We made it work. It was an old school episode, dude. It's a throwback. This is a throwback episode.
Throwback
dude.
to the first few episodes of the season.
Yo.
We had 2 mics, passing them around to 5 people.
Dude, the rewind fucking sound effect would be sick right now. But hey, it's a throwback to when we didn't have
throwback
that,
to when we didn't have a soundboard.
Dude, throwbacks are in right now.
Yeah. It is. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but it is crazy. If you guys have just got on the Hellhound Film Club train lately, there's 25 movies or directors that we've covered already with hour-plus long conversations. And so sub to the channel, go listen to some old episodes, and then come hang out with us if you're local. And if you're not local, get in on the chat, on the comments, so that we can know who is watching these movies with us around the world. With that said, thank you so much for tuning in tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please be sure to subscribe to our main YouTube channel, Hellhound Publishing, and consider subscribing to our newest channel, Hellhound Film Club, dedicated to this show, as well as bonus clips, exclusive bonus episodes, interviews, and more. The subs and comments are truly helping us make our mark. As we've mentioned on Cody Central a bunch of times, we're trying to hit the 500 subscriber benchmark because that's one of the first goals that we need to hit towards growing and evolving our channel and eventually earning monetization. So if you want to support the show and you don't have money to support it in some of the other ways that we can offer, subbing to the channel is free. Just follow us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications if you like us. We do post a lot of cool stuff.
Follow us in real life. Fuck it.
Honestly, just walk behind us on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
We'll tell you everything you want to know about whatever movie we're into that week. Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
Straight up.
Find them at a grocery store.
Find us here at the spot.
Yeah, you could find us here at the spot pretty often. I will say in seriousness, please consider being a part of our Patreon community. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and you'll get exclusive and early access to Hellhound Film Club, as well as all of the other podcasts, music, and book releases from Hellhound Publishing. You'll get everything that we've released on our Patreon, which has been in existence since 2018. Your support is going to help us get additional cameras, microphones, computers, and allow us new and further ways to promote and market the podcast to newer audiences. So if you want to consider joining for just as little as $1 a month, please head over to patreon.com/Hellhound Publishing.
Don't forget, you can join us here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Spot in downtown Nashua, New Hampshire for our free movie screenings and live recordings of these episodes. Wednesday nights, 217 Main Street, Nashua, New Hampshire. Come on down, watch a flick, grab a drink, eat well with good friends, and
don't forget the popcorn.
Good night, world.
If you're going to steal my line, you got to do it right.
Okay. Good night, world. Good night, world.
Good night, Moon.
Can we do a musical episode next time?
Yeah, we should. I'm down.
Yo, dude.
All right, fools. Don't forget the popcorn. Much love. We'll see you next week. Preach.
May the Schwartz be with you.
And also with you.
And many more.
I can't end the episode because I can't see the fucking screen. So,
yeah, let me change that.
Just going to have to end it some other way.
Jesus.
Don't forget the popcorn. Good night, world.
Peace.